Hello, everybody. I put together a list of things you never want to say in the Philippines. You know, it's embedded in Philippine culture to treat guests warmly, whether it's fellow or local Philippine travelers. Filipinos are admired for their warmth and hospitality, and first time travelers in the country should know their limits, as there are things better left unsaid. So here are some things you shouldn't say to any Filipino, or else you may offend them. Now, the first one, it's been kind of hard for me because I've prided myself in the past of being blunt, and I guess it's because coming from a management background that I was always blunt. That way, people couldn't misconstrue what I said. But there's you can be blunt also and use tact. But this is about don't be blunt, because Filipinos are generally a timid bunch, and it's unusual for them to be in a confrontational situations. In Philippine psychology, there's an approach called Ramdam, which is a way of incorporating someone's feelings or state of being into your thoughts before performing an action. Try to use this approach before you make a negative remark, and imagine what others may feel if you say it. If you think what you say and it's too frank, keep it to yourself or rephrase it. Or you don't want to come off too strong or cocky. And that's what I mean. You can be blunt to an extent, but use tact. Think about what you're going to say and how you're going to say it. Don't insult their family members. In a typical Filipino household, you'll notice that Filipinos also live with their extended family members. That's because Filipinos have their extended have a strong family ties, and this is something that there was more of in the United States. When I was a kid, I can remember, families getting together, and my dad's brothers and sisters. We'd have cookouts, and people would I'd play with my cousins and things like that. And now you're lucky if you get one family reunion a year. So when you wouldn't want to say anything negative about any Filipinos, their family members, or else you'd see them get fuming. Well, it's common practice among Filipinos to invite guests over, to for a meal or something. You don't want to criticize their cooking or their mom's cooking, about the food they've prepared for you. And another one, don't criticize Filipina Pride. If you're not popular of the boxer turned senator who they call the people's champ, Manny Pacquiao, or don't like beauty pageants as much as they do, instead of voicing your opinions about fellow Filipinos, just ask them why they love this particular hero or celebrity. They often look up to these people who represent Filipino pride. You don't want to start something that you're not going to win. When it comes to Filipinos who have gained international fame, locals never shy away from exclaiming how proud they are of them. And don't make bad jokes. You say a remark that may be interpreted as an insult or an opinion they don't approve of, and you'll get a lot of bitter comments and insults online. As the most active social media users in the world, you don't want to mess with Filipinos or say a racial slur directed towards them or their country. You're going to get in a heap of trouble, because there's been instances where people have been deported and blacklisted. So think twice before saying something that may hurt them or their nation's pride. Another thing, don't ask why they speak such good English. Most Filipinos speak well in English because it's their second language. Amidst the different languages between the three major island groups of the country, English is widely spoken because it's taught at an early age and has become a medium of instruction in most schools and in universities. More than 90% of Filipinos can speak and understand English. Even locals from deep in the province are able to communicate in English, so don't ask why Filipinos can speak such good English. Don't ask or joke about eating dogs or cats. First of all, it's a misconception that dog and cat meat is readily available in a country and can be bought in the same way as beef or pork. In fact, it's illegal to eat these animals. If you've heard news about an alarming number of slaughtered dogs or cats, it's because the practice is connected to underground activities. Filipinos don't eat their pets, so don't ask them or don't joke about it. Over here, what I've noticed with dogs and cats, they're cared for maybe even better than in the U.S. I'll see dogs, carrying these little carriers, and they got clothes on them and little booties and things like that. So, in the U.S., people call dogs and cats the fur babies. Well, they do the same thing over here. And don't bring up stereotypes. While some Filipinos, they work abroad as domestic helpers, don't refer to the general population as maids or servants. Also, don't assume that if they are working abroad, that their profession is related to caregiving or nursing. And don't compare cultures and religion. When you're in the Philippines, locals will find it annoying if you say something like, in this other country, or it's much better because. Most Filipinos don't like to be compared to other nationalities. If you're in this country, you need to conform to their rules and to adjust to how things are done. Religion is also a sensitive topic. Avoid getting into a conversation about religion. While the majority of Filipinos here are Catholics, don't expect that all people have the same beliefs or practices. I know here in Mindanao, there's also a lot of Muslim religion. Don't ask something too personal. Filipinos often get asked whether they are part of the Asian race, since most foreigners assume that Asians are fair-skinned and have a certain eye shape. While China, Japan, and Thailand and other neighboring Asian countries have locals with these features, Filipinos are multiracial, a mix of Asian, European, and Spanish. That's because the Philippines was under Spanish rule for 300 years, and long before that there were already immigrants from neighboring countries, so don't ask Filipinos if they are Asians, because no doubt they are. Last one, don't criticize their culture and heritage. If you like their hospitality and warm greetings, reward their genuine kindness by not speaking negative about their heritage or culture. It wouldn't put you in the best of light if you say things like, I don't like the Philippines, or what I hate about the Philippines. Filipinos are generally very proud of what they can offer other nations and feel happy upon hearing foreigners visit and enjoy their stay in the country. They'd like to make you your stay a memorable one, and hope that you get the most out of your travel experience in the Philippines. Most of this common sense, the way you act, but there are people out there that have done these things before. But that's all I have for today. Everyone, be safe. Have a good one. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Till next time, mahal, mo, ko, kayo.